A lot of the skill shots are kind of obvious, but a lot of the time I think she's just popped out of range by the time it reflects back. So it's going to be the Galio. Because Galio can just wave clear, play safe, often put the ult onto someone as well. An interruptible ult. So if you just like CC'd her mid-air, you just stop the dragon's descent. It's unstoppable now, goes in towards Lucid.
Looking for that flame breath, can't quite find it. Ends up being a bit of a wasted ult there, I think, from Levi. Well, out come the grubs being started by GAM. Should pick up at least a little bit of time left with Levi as this dragon. Trying to get some value here while they're in.
Oh, Lucid
to the backside with a wonderful insect. KIA now in danger, caught within his own dark procession, trying to use that as an escape angle to run away. But Levi now in danger, and Lucid just styles on him. Flash and forward from Beryl, looks to get another bit of inner flame going on down. It's another for Lucid, who's now 2-0. Flashing forward to Showmaker, looking to get value out of the Spell Thief. Goes and pulls out the paddle star. Artemis trading up with aiming. In comes the Galio, looking to find an angle. Flash away from DK, but already the Nico is dead. They at least keep Artemis alive, but everyone else gets fumbled in the mid lane.
Yeah, finally get ourselves some kills on the board. It was a pretty slow game.
That'll be it. They get a hell of a lot of work done there. 3-0 for Lee Sin, who's gone for the Eclipse, by the way. No Sun to Sky, raw damage.
In fairness, Lee Sin does occasionally flex between the two of them, and in a game like this, it means you can genuinely start to try and assassinate even someone like the Shyvana a little bit later on. Shiwu taking the gold lead, well, taking the matchup to KIA here. Gotta say, it's gold lead, doesn't actually have one up in that top lane. Neither of the top lane is getting involved in kills, despite the mess there. Lucid again.
Oh, Eclipse value does its work, and they managed to murder another member. Dragon's Rage required, but that is a very dead level 5 DP.
Yeah, Lucid Lee Sin. Pretty good, folks. It's pretty good. Lucid. Gonna go in for another kill here. Flash away from Artemis, ulting back in. Not able to get the kill, but will survive for now.
How much longer? There's the Valkyrie into the kill. Gets the empowered auto off the Sheen, and easily done. 5-0 now for Dplus KIA. They went for the early skirmish comp, and they are snowballing just fine.
And if it's anything to go like game 1, really, DK, once they start getting that lead, just roll over games. GAM, they fought well in game 1 this time. They gave up those kills. Hang on, the extended bubble range not popped through here. Levi does have ult. That's actually putting a decent amount of damage back towards Shiwu.
Showmaker might look for it, but decides against it. I think he was trying to bait
to the entire world. When they were playing stuff like the Zoe back then, it did feel like they were just a level ahead of everyone else of that era.
I wonder whether there's an angle, and I'm going to put this one out. SKT in Season 6, because they used to run no engage pure poke. And like no one else could do what they were doing, because everyone else is really struggling to do it. I wouldn't say that they were one of the few who were getting Jace to work really, really well.
Shiwu going towards KIA as well, looking for the solo kill, and we'll get it easily. KIA didn't have the first item.
Post some of those nerfs, and Jax post some of his buffs, feeling pretty nice. Lucid now bot side again. Ares might unfortunately be introduced to the war that is Lee Sin's foot in his face, but that will be Beryl getting chunked out by Levi, who will make sure the dragon descends, and Lucid saves another fight. Excellent
I think they can stay here. Lucid is really strong, folks. I wonder whether he can start jumping in.
No way.
Maybe not. I think Levi's going to start clearing out the way with the ease. They sticking around for now. I think this has taken too long. I think that potentially GAM could have brought other members to the play at this point. I know I say that. DK, they are still keeping Lucid behind turret. They were thinking about it right up until the very end.
Indeed. Away we go towards clearing up some of these wards. Shu should bring down that turret and does so. Second turret for Dplus KIA, who are continuing to snowball very aggressively up about 5,000 gold now.
And it's spread across every single role.
Yeah.
Now, normally I don't like that, but given that it's a significant lead across every single role, it means that they can fight, say, 2 items to 1.5 on the other team across every single role.
Yeah.
That's where you really want to start finding your big fights, when there's a big item discrepancy. Levi's had to be wave clearing through bot lane an awful lot here for poor
Ares can't do it. That's the problem. Then you look at the fact that the Zoe's now 30 CS up as a result, has got the upgraded Lucidity boots, has got the Luden's Companion. Looking particularly fun here. I think we're waiting on probably a next half item completion, and Dplus KIA are going to start really hurting again.
For sure, for sure. I think particularly once you get towards Showmaker, Horizon Focus, that's where, which I assume will be the second item, tends to be for just the stat stick right now. That's when I think one bubble or one like this can be kind of scary. Ow! Yeah, that's before the second item, folks. Zoe things.
Yes, it is. A lot of work there. top side. Shiwu just jumping forward, trying to help do some damage to the Maiden. Levi now looking top. I think they'll have an idea that's happening. It's a decent little fight there. Shiwu will leap strike away. Levi will not drag into set, but it does mean that because Levi is top side, they can shove through mid with Showmaker. Lucid now here as well. Dragon's Descent being forced. Elio on a potential flank angle, looking for the Pop Blossom. Trying to Valkyrie away, is aiming to take a bit of damage, but just not enough. They don't have the DPS. Artemis goes on in, looking for that kill. Will get it. In comes the Galliot, looking for a little bit more. Beryl will flash away and survive. All the while, top side though, it's a 2-for-none in favor of Dplus KIA.
So across the map, 2-for-1 with aiming dying in mid lane. Top jungle dying to Shiwu and Lucid though. 3-0 on the Jax, 4-0 on Lucid. Another bubble landing. Showmaker, good damage here.
Night Afters with the Spell Thieves allows for that extra empowered auto. Shielded Ram for a bit of additional tankiness. Does give you some more resist while you're channeling it. Has stolen a flash, so can look to really extend the range here.
Them instead. It just so happened to be this was the way the seeds worked out. LCP is a combined region, and sometimes you'll get one part of that region and then parts of another. Shiwu getting engaged onto you, maybe.
Levi going to get some damage down. Shiwu potentially jump over the wall here. Does have that ability to potentially use the wall, but gets blown up, but not before. Of course, the Karma assist comes on in, and that's pretty good value. Shiwu just wins it.
Wait. That wasn't even the Karma assist. It was the Assault Karma kill.
Yeah, with the redemption, I kind of blanked on that. I would take it a little less.
The redemption and the Karma coming through. She was still alive, getting some extra healing.
It will surely fall to the Winter War and does, but that will allow them at least to get the turret top. So the problem is, look at mid lane. They are heralding into an inhibitor.
Oh, the game is completely falling apart. GAM trying to get fights onto Shiwu is so fed on the Jax. Only needs a little bit of help to turn things around. Looks like the Herald will charge in towards mid lane. Showmaker will tank it up to make sure the tower shot doesn't kill the Herald. Double charge from that objective as GAM really starting to bleed out in gold.
That they are. In comes the Sonic Wave. Can look for potentially a resonating strike afterwards. Does so. Nice pickup from Lucid. They can now look for the inhibitor. On top of everything else, this game is over.
Who do you even pick as MVP? It's got to be between Lucid and Shiwu, right? It's one of the two. Lucid was maybe more active early, but Shiwu's had some awesome Jax plays too.
I think probably Lucid. He's done more across the map, but Grasshopper has chosen Dplus KIA. Revel in its blessing. Shiwu will leap strike forwards. Comes the man.
Ooh, fake out.
Has some fun with it. Lands the Sonic Wave. Flash, rocket belt in from the side of Elio to get a Pop Blossom angle, which is pretty decent aiming, though. Flashes over the wall. They don't get the kill. And now Lucy goes into the back line. Immediately safeguard out. Showmaker with the flash, looking for his own angle. Hasn't really had as much value since the mid game. It's a good trouble bubble that gets a big old chunk, but no kills. That might do it. Sonic Wave just wide. Artemis and Elio survive the burst, but don't get much more aside from their lives.
Yes, the Rocket Belt. I was thinking it'd be the Horizon Focus, but the Rocket Belt gives an extra threat of burst and different angle for the bubble. 2 inhibitors likely to fall now, and GAM, I don't know if they can. I mean, they'll defend the base. The game won't end here, but they can't save either inhibitor. 20 minutes, both inhibitors. Guys, Ataclan has only just spawned.
This has been a demolition. It does feel like in some ways it's made a lot harder to win by 20 minutes with the current state of the game. Nice chunk onto Uri. She's going to take a lot of damage. Out comes the Sleepy Trouble bubble well. Of a volleyball. Lucid now looking for potential angle over the wall. Won't quite do it.
Well, this is a problem, in case that wasn't obvious, because the further back towards your base that you get pushed, the more value Zoe has, because she has more ability to just kind of like keep throwing bubbles at you while you're in a smaller section of the map. She was teleportable, so there are 3 members of GAM there. I just don't think we can do anything about them. It's got the upgraded Tabby. Can't even remember what they're called now, but the upgraded armor boots. Ataclan started on the other side. Why not? And with only 13 petals taken aside, I actually reckon there's got to be a couple around the map, right? So, damn one, we'll take that. Probably get a load of petals from the ones which across the map. Levi has greeted for a Scuttle Crab and will likely lose his ult. As a result, a lot of damage. The blast gun comes through. Levi does have flash. I don't think it's going to save him, and indeed it won't. Ataclan taken as Levi dies on the other side of the map.
That he does. Good value secured.
20 petals picked up by DK from the Ataclan. So up to, they went from 13 to 36, 23 up there. And with Levi dead, I think that might be the end of GAM's tournament, sadly.
I think it may well be. This game was decided by some flair. Some showtime from Showmaker and crew. It has been a fun one for them. They pick a lot of fun, explosive champions and explode the health bars. GAM will make one last valiant effort. Into the breach they go, but they are charging into the loaded guns of Dplus KIA, who will execute them in short order. They bring down Chovy at the very least, but it has not been an easy feat to do so.
Levi's back alive, and GAM did actually take one without losing anyone so far, but now Lucid is here. Wasn't it the initial fight? DK in currently 4v5, but they are so strong and their siege is so powerful.
Showmaker looking for the bubble door. They walk across, but it's the clone that does so. It's not the end of the world. Trying to claim through as the minions come pouring on in. GAM, it's Nazi zombies. They're playing that game. It's the wrong one. Doing so much work here, trying to kill them all down. That will be the turret falling. Unfortunately for them, it's the wrong game mode. They'll get blown up here as the Nexus will get collapsed upon.
DK do have a lot of low health bars. Can they finish the Nexus itself? I'm not sure with the poke from aiming. I think they can do. Bubble will certainly help Levi jumping forwards, but it'll only be to his doom.
Goodbye, Nexus. Goodbye, GAM. It's a rough one. Man, I have missed seeing the Zoes. I've missed seeing the Jaxes. I've missed seeing some of this fun stuff here. It's rough.